Hi, it's Sean here. If you're watching this video, it's always because I've invited you to check it out, or you've been referred by a friend. Um, Either which way, consider yourself very fortunate, because the only way you're going to find out the details about this is by somebody inviting you to a video like this. And hopefully at the end of it, you'll be inspired to take some action, and if not, that's also cool. Okay, so let's get into the content.
Okay, cool. So as I said in before, this is probably gonna blow your mind a little bit, and just bear in mind that nothing changes until you actually reprogram your mind. Think about it like your computer. If your computer is stuck or frozen, it's not working properly. What do? You give it a software update. And in the same way, I'm hoping that this, when you look at this, you can actually see this as giving yourself a program update in your mind. Very important. There's no guarantee of income in this presentation. Obviously, your earnings is dependent on your commitment and how you work. And again, all this information is public knowledge. You can go Google this yourself. But I've just put it all together in a way that it's easy to digest, hopefully, and that it makes sense to you. And it's really just meant to be an overview. Okay. I'm going to cover in this who this is for and why now and what's happening in the world economy and how you can get started on this path to freedom and protecting yourself and your family against economic decline and inflation. So you fall in one of these categories. Okay, most people. So either you're tired of living hand to mouth. You might be looking at building a side income or thinking about it. And these figures are just indicative. I mean, it's way more than this, as you'll see. And there's actually potential to build a full-time income of following this plan and actually building a healthy retirement for yourself. So just some backstory on what's happening in the world recently and where some countries are at. Look at this date over here, you'll see 7th of January. Venezuela's in its drops. I mean, its currency devalued by 90%, okay, because of the shortage of dollars. So Venezuela is bankrupt, okay. Poland, what did they do? They couldn't borrow any more money, so what did the government do? They swapped the government equities with pension fund equities. So basically they dipped into people's pension funds and half their pension fund without people's permission. And that's what's happening in the world. Look at this date here. This is October last year. What happened in Cyprus? Again, this is a new piece of information off the internet, 3rd of April. Remember, Cyprus was bailed out in the crash, in the market crash. But still you find shops are closing down. They got a 10 billion euro bailout, but people are still unhappy in Cyprus. It's crazy. And closer to home, even South Africa, we have experienced for the first time Nigeria's overtaken us in terms of economic growth. Economic growth slowed down to 2.3%. So the outlook not looking very great, even right here on our doorstep. Okay, all that's public information. Even the slide over here, you know, if you go to the shop, how much you get now for your $100 versus a couple of years ago. And so what I've just said here in this box here is you can't outwork an exponential inflation with a linear income. Okay, you'll see that inflation is just increase year on year, and we know most people their annual increase doesn't even keep pace with inflation. So how do you actually get ahead? That's a thing that a lot of people think about. How do you get ahead in these times? What does Robert Kiyosaki says? I watched a webinar in January 2014 where Kiyosaki said, if you want to get ahead, you need to look at 3 primary areas that and this is exactly what he does. He primarily invests in gold, silver and property. Secondarily, people think about, I'm going to start a business, whatever it might be, but they never get that far. And most of us, we think about, I want to put money in the bank or savings, fixed deposit, or that kind of thing, or saving in a fund of some sort. And actually, in his opinion, that's the worst way you can do, is to put your money in paper. He says savers are losers. And it's funny, it actually contradicts what probably most of us have grown up being taught, is you must save your money. But the way the world has moved and actually evolved in the last couple of years, saving in the banks is really not the way to go. Actually, he said that bonds, you'll see here it says stocks, bonds, mutual funds. The bonds is the worst performing paper asset at the moment. So we think in reverse order: paper, secondary, and then we don't even think really about the primary. Mostly we'll maybe even think about property, and there you need to qualify for a bond, and it's a whole schlep, and it's this and that and the other. So we kind of don't even think about that, and we kind of get stuck on the bottom, in which he recommends don't even bother with. It's quite interesting, I mean, he's got an advisor who, they call him the $400 million man, Ed McElroy. It's a guy that's helped Kiyosaki to get to where he is, and all they focus on is this area over here. And what I'm going to share with you today is how you can get started in this area over here in gold. Just to give you an idea, this was taken off Standard Bank's website. You can check it out for yourself. It didn't matter, there was over 20 options, and whether you went fixed deposit, money market, whatever, the highest percentage return they'll give you is 5.12% per annum. And for that you needed 20 million capital. I mean, how insane is that? And here in this system that I'm going to show you, you can actually make a 20% per annum return with minimal investment. Okay, all fiat currency is basically paper money. They've all failed, and gold retains its value. I'll show you in another slide. Gold is inflation proof, and governments use it. I mean, Fort Knox is full of gold. The US dollar, Canadian dollar, yen, euro, all these currencies have decreased in value over time. Look at this gold, this blue line over here. Gold has stayed consistent over the last 14 or so years. And this is just another illustration of the buying power of gold. 40 years ago, a gram of gold would have bought you about 5 loaves of bread. And $1 40 years ago would have bought you about 4 loaves of bread. Fast forward to today, a gram of gold can actually buy you 20 loaves of bread. That's because of the buying power that gold retains. But if you look at the dollar, it will only buy you something like 6 slices of bread. So, and it ties back to that basket scenario with the inflation thing, where it clearly shows you that gold money increases in its buying power, whereas your paper money actually decreases over time. And we know that to be true. So this brings us to a company called Karatbars. It's a German-based company, Karatbars International. They're based in Stuttgart in Germany, fully funded and debt-free, and all they do is specialize in the distribution of gold in smaller, affordable weights. So it's not those huge kilogram gold bars that you would have seen in the movies. It's literally smaller weight gold that you can take physical possession, and they ship now to over 100 countries. The slide is a little bit old. So in over 100 countries, you can take physical possession of your gold. What does it mean? It means don't put your money in the bank where it's going to decrease and get taxed and blah blah blah, or put it in a fixed deposit or in a pension fund or whatever. That's great if that's what you want to do, but a cleverer thing that you might consider is actually swapping your cold hard cash, your hard earned money, and actually just swap it for gold. You're not buying, remember, you're just acquiring gold for your rands. Okay, so what does it look like? This is called a Karatbar, and this is the front of the card, and this is the reverse of the card. In these cards they embed a gram of gold. Okay, this is the smallest denomination you can get, 1 gram of gold. You'll see there 1 gram. That's the reverse of the card, and there's many seals of authenticity and verification on this card. You'll see number 1, there's a serial number. Each card has its own unique serial number. There's even a serial number for the gold bar. So each gold bar has its own unique serial number that's embedded in this card. Number 3, you have the LBMA, which is the London Bullion Market Association certificate of authenticity stamped onto this. Karatbars has its own LBMA certified gold refinery. It's one of 3 worldwide. As a private company, they have their own certified refinery. There's various other signatures on this card, like the hologram on the back of the card, which certifies that your gold is pure. The 999.9 tells you that it's the highest quality of gold that you can find. It's currency grade gold. It's not coins. It's not anything like that. It's the purest quality of gold. 24 karat 999.9. Okay, and this blurb is basically what I've just said now. They guarantee the weight and the purity. The hologram certifies it, and you can actually use these cards as a means of exchange for goods and services. And you can actually store your gold for free at a vault, not in Karatbars but at ProSecure. It's actually the leading security company in the world, so you can store it at their vault for free if you buy it through Karatbars. Sorry. Then there's the other side of it. Is on the one side you're acquiring gold, you're building up these little bars. On the other side, you actually get a referral commission by helping other people getting started with their gold piggy bank. So Karatbars has their own debit card, a prepaid MasterCard, where your referral commission is paid onto while you are acquiring your gold. So you're collecting money on here, and this money you've used to fund the purchases of your gold. So your gold is actually free. So what is the formula? You get started, you commit to acquiring a gram of gold per week. You move about $700 a week into your gold savings account. It works to just under 3,000 Rand a month. And you find 2 other people that will do the same. And they will find 2 other people that do the same, and so on, duplicate. And within a couple of weeks, your gold will actually be totally free if everyone does what we recommend. This here is basically showing the effect of compounding. Did you know that if you take a cent a day, you'll be and double that every day? So 1 cent becomes 2 cents, 2 cents become 4, and the next day becomes 8, and then 16 and 32 and so on, as you can see over there. On day 30, you'd have over 5 million in your hand, and on day 31, it's almost 11 million. So that's just to show you the effect of compounding. If everyone does and follow the plan according to the way we lay it out here, everyone can actually get gold for free within a very short space of time, and actually protect yourself against inflation and build a good residual income with this. I've put this all in rands. It depends on the rand euro exchange, obviously, but look at this. In your first week, you refer 2 people and you're making 120 Rand in that week. After 4 weeks, you're making 260 Rand a week, which is just over 1,000 Rand a month. Doesn't seem like a lot, but I mean, it can cover petrol and stuff. Okay. After 8 weeks, look how exciting it becomes. I just want to go back. Even at 7 weeks, if everyone just refers 2 and they're doing a gram a week, right? At 7 weeks, you're doing over 5,700 a month. Okay. What do you need for your 4 grams? Just under 3,000. So your commission that you earn for getting started and helping other people getting started with a gold savings account, you're getting paid about 5,000 a month. It comes out of the company. They pay you onto your credit card. That funds your gold purchase for the next month, plus your 3,000 in profit. They're just about 3,000. And you can help many more people do this. And look at the potential. About 180,000, not for the year, monthly income, 180,000 monthly. And that's just getting started at the basic level here. There are higher levels you can get started at. And look at there, those numbers just become retarded. This is monthly income, guys. Okay. So, I haven't seen anything this simple. All you do is, you take your money, instead of putting it into the bank or into a policy or whatever, you convert it into gold. You're acquiring an asset that's increasing in value over time, as I've already showed you in another slide, and you're helping other people do the same, and you can build an income that can be freaking life-changing. Look at this. Okay, as I already said, $700 a week. Get 2 people to do the same, 4 grams a month, and you're off to the races. So there you have it. Don't be an ostrich. Don't put your head in the sand. I encourage you to get back to the person that invited you to watch this video. They have a bit more information. If you have questions, you can get back to the person that introduced you here. Again, it's all about you giving yourself a program update and changing your mindset about the information that you've watched now. Go back, I encourage you to watch it again, do your own research, but more importantly, chat to the person that showed you this video. And thank you for your time. We hope that that you find value and that you join us on this journey. Thanks.